An African debt crisis is looming. The UN's latest economic development report says between 2006 and 2009, the average African country saw its external debt stock grow 7.8% per year. Between 2011 and 2013, it quickened to 10%, reaching $443 billion. That's 22% of gross national income by 2013.
Although in many ways, the level of debt in Africa appears manageable, the fact of a very rapid expansion of public debt over the past few years remains a cause of concern, that the dynamics can point to the direction like what Africa went through in the 1980s and 1990s when they struggled with major foreign debt.
When you borrow, and this borrowing is not being used to finance productive investments that enhance your capacity to repay the debt, then you have a real problem. For example, if you're borrowing to pay salaries, that's not the same as borrowing to finance infrastructure projects that could help boost productive capacities for trade, which will give you foreign exchange.
The debt is putting a strain on funding the ambitious Sustainable Development Goals. The continent will need at least $600 billion every year to finance those goals. That's a third of Africa's gross national income. Aid and external debt are unlikely to meet these needs. The report suggests Africa will have to enhance public-private partnerships and tap into diaspora remittances, which stood at $63 billion in 2014. Stemming illicit financial flows out of the continent will also be a big help.
If we stop thieves from taking out of Africa what they're taking out, there will be less need for begging others to bring something in to complement what is produced domestically.
Meanwhile, developing countries meeting in Nairobi for the 14th session of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development want the mandate of UNCTAD strengthened to be the global agency that regulates global rules on taxes as well as on illicit financial flows.
One of the debates here is whether an organization like UNCTAD should have a mandate that enables it to look into these matters as well. And I think our view is that it should be enabled to have its voice, its take on these matters.
South Africa's Investment SA scooped this year's UNCTAD Investment Award jointly with India and Lesotho. Sarah Kimani, SABC Business News, Kenya.